Hello and welcome back to our videos. My name is Emily and I work over at Optimum Wellness Centers. Today we're going to talk about the importance of staying hydrated when exercising outside. So for those of us who live in Florida, we all know that it is super hot and it's super humid, and it creates a imbalance for our body when we're exercising outside because our body can only dissipate heat so fast. So the three things we really want to talk about today are the different types of heat illnesses that you can acquire while working outside. So the first one is cramps. It's basically when your body involuntarily spasms after you've depleted all of your either salt, so for those who aren't hydrated enough with Gatorade, or water because you are sweating profusely when you exercise. Typically, you can manage it by just stopping exercising, making sure that you are well hydrated and getting to a cooler area. Massages, ice baths, and stretching have also been shown to help with those people who cramp. The second one is heat exhaustion, which is basically when your body sweats profusely, and instead of getting cramps, you actually become fatigued and tired, and your body feels achy, and you may feel a little disoriented, and may have some cognitive changes where you're having a hard time focusing and really paying attention to what you're doing. Other symptoms may include the fact that you are pale and like a little flush, and that your elevated core temperature is up. So normal core temperature is around 98.6 degrees, but when you're working out, it actually increases. So anywhere between like 100 and 104 is typically where you might find where if they take your temperature is where you'd be. It's pretty easy to fix. All you really have to do is get to a cool area, whether you're in a shaded area if you still have to stay outside because you're on a sports team or something, or into an air-conditioned space. You can use ice to help cool yourself down. That will also help bring your core temperature down. It'll make you feel better. You won't feel as nauseous, or you won't have the headaches that may be associated with this as well. And basically, in a few hours to a day or so, as long as you rehydrate well with Gatorade and water, you should be able to recover. The last thing we really want to talk about is heat stroke. So heat stroke is a medical emergency. It's basically when your core temperature reaches over 104. It's a natural progression from heat exhaustion, but you can skip from cramps into heat stroke without going through heat exhaustion. It's all the same symptoms except for the elevated body core temperature, like we discussed. It would be about 104 degrees. And at this point, you will have stopped sweating because you have no more water to sweat because you're dehydrated. So the easiest thing for that one is it really is a medical emergency. You have to call EMS. It takes longer than a few days to recover because you really need to get that electrolyte balance back in order, as well as your hydration. That's basically the three things you want to talk about working outside. Before you exercise, it really helps if you're well hydrated. Typically, you lose between 1 and 4 pounds when you exercise just from water loss. So you really need to make sure you're well hydrated before. Usually an hour or two before, you want to do at least 23 to 32 ounces of water to make sure that you are staying hydrated, or Gatorade. It is a balance, so switching between Gatorade and water is important. As well as making sure that after you work out that you are rehydrating. So any weight you lose when you exercise, especially directly after, is usually just water weight because of sweat. So it's important to replenish all of that weight in water before you go back to exercising again. For more of the science behind how some of this stuff happens, is you can either look at a blog that we'll have somewhere posted at the top or the bottom of this video, and we have references if you would like them. But happy Friday and enjoy your weekend.